Hi, my name is Nadeen Salhadar, and I worked on this while a graduate student and research assistant at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, UTRGV. The research examines research administration and management as a profession in the United States. A little bit of background, research administrators and managers, also known as RMAs, play a critical role in supporting the research infrastructure at institutions of higher education. So as UTRGV aspires to become an R1 institute, a very high research active classification, it is essential to better understand the RMA profession in general and ultimately the RMA profession at UTRGV in particular. The purpose of the study today is to understand the skills, needs, characteristics, and challenges of RMAs using an existing national data set. And two, to examine factors that are associated with RMA career choice satisfaction. We did this using the Research Administration as a Profession survey from 2022. It is an international longitudinal survey conducted by iNorms, the International Network of Research Management Societies. They collected the survey from RMAs across the world. It includes 5,076 participants from 66 countries, and for our purposes for our study, we included participants from the US at 1,092. For our data analysis, we use descriptive statistics to report frequencies and percentages of key RMA characteristics and as well as univariate tests to explore the association between career satisfaction and several other variables included in the data set, including a few sociodemographic characteristics and disadvantages, among other. And we did this all through SPSS. Our sample size is 1,092 RMAs from the US. Now for the sociodemographic and employment characteristics. A majority are female, which is pretty standard across available literature. 60%, so 3/5, are between the ages of 35 to 54. 42% have worked in the field for less than 10 years, 36% for 10 to 19 years, and about a quarter for over 20 years. 85%, so a majority, are employed full-time. 2/5, about 2/5, hold a master's degree or above before having entered the role as RMAs, and they also asked them about their educational background, subject area, and the top two answers were business and social science. They asked them if that educational background aligns with their responsibilities in research administration, and half said yes, yes, some, or partially. Now for the work-related information of RMAs, 29% reported being leaders, 35% reported being managers, and 33% hold operational roles. Within RMA, there are sub-areas that one can work in. And so 24% work in research development, which focuses on strategic planning and identifying funding opportunities to grow research capacity. 40% of the sample work in pre-award, which supports proposal preparation and submission, and 31% work in post-award, so they manage grants after funding is received. They asked them if these sub-areas are reflected in their official job description, and a majority said yes, followed by some. Then there's also different types of institutions that they may work in, and 58% said that they work in research-intensive universities, followed by 14% reporting working at research-active universities, and 13% working at predominantly undergraduate institutions. 28% have US RMA certifications, so a majority actually don't have certifications as research administrators in the US. Right below we have the pie chart, which is our main variable that we want to look at, and that is career satisfaction. Overall, RMAs are satisfied with their career choice. At the top right-hand corner of the results section, we have the areas of dissatisfaction, which is one of the variables we wanted to explore the association with career satisfaction. These are the percentages. So one of the main ones that people reported being dissatisfied with is the high demands and stressful environment. Below that, we have a table of the variables that were significant. So a few include keeping up to date with current problems, feeling underappreciated and taken for granted, low salary, asked to do things beyond their job description, and then the very last one, the low to no job security. So if people said that that's something of dissatisfaction, then their satisfaction was 66.7%. And if people said that wasn't something to worry that they worried about, so the low to no job security, they were 96% satisfied. Other factors associated with being satisfied include being engaged in mentorship, so whether having been a mentee or mentor. There are also no significant differences in levels of satisfaction based on gender, age, institutional characteristics. Three of the areas of dissatisfaction that were not insignificant include the high demands and stressful environment, expecting being expected to work outside of normal work hours, and being seen as a gatekeeper and not as an enabler. Overall, the RAP survey provides a comprehensive understanding of the career of an RMA. While research administrators are now considered is now considered an independent career path, RMAs still face several challenges. So, understanding various aspects of career choice and satisfaction can help devise strategies to ensure a productive, effective RMA team that supports an inspiring R1 institute. We can do this, but for example, by enhancing financial and non-financial recognition, providing professional development and growth opportunities, engaging RMAs in mentorship, and supporting the development of professional identity identities guided by career frameworks to enhance the satisfaction of RMAs. Our findings here will inform the next phase of research to understand the characteristics of UTRGV RMAs and compare them to the national sample we have here. Just like any other study, our study has limitations, and these limitations are the lack of multivariate analysis and the lack of variability in the satisfaction variable, considering most RMAs are satisfied with their career choice. I would like to acknowledge the support of the National Institution of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and the National Institute of Health under the Strong Award. The content is solely the responsibility of the authors and does not necessarily represent the official views of the NIH. Thank you again for listening to me. Thank you for listening to me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My email is at the bottom right-hand corner, and I also have a QR code if you'd like to look at my references. Thank you again.